All right, boys and girls, it's craft time. Come on, gather around the table. Hey, Jimmy, snack time was about a half an hour ago. Get that out of your mouth. What's wrong, Kristen? Oh, you peed your pants again? All right, go down to the nurse. We'll have your mom come pick you up. That's right, boys and girls. It is craft time. And we're going to put this knife together. Nathan's Knife Kit. Pretty cool. I mean, I was going to put the thing together and then talk about it in a review, but I thought, how foolish of me. I'm sure everyone wants to see how it's done, right? So I don't know how long it's going to take. There's no estimated time for this, but it seems pretty straightforward. Actually, I want a smooth surface. I'm going to move that out of the way. So yeah, this is something that's put out by CRKT. This was the brainchild, right there. There he is. That's Glenn Klecker's son, Nathan. And he had the idea, well, you can read this here, but he had the idea to put together a cool little kit for people to buy. How awesome. So thank you very much, Nathan, for the idea. CRKT picked up on the idea. It's an awesome little kit. This is a cool little project for you and your son, or you and your daughter, or you and your little brother, or you and your little sister. Not you, because I'm sure you're not old enough to watch this. I would say, honestly, this can be good for anyone. You can be 35 years old and still enjoy putting this together. It gives you the basics on how knives work. A lot of people enjoy knives, but they don't really know the mechanics of it. And a lockback is a very interesting knife design. It's very simple. It's straightforward, as we'll see as I put this together. But on the back here, as it says, when assembled, the model operates exactly like a lockback Foley knife, teaching the principles of levers, springs, and locks. It's pretty cool. There's the blow-up picture of it. So looks pretty straightforward. We have our two handle scales, our blade, our locking mechanism. We have a little spacer on the back which houses our little spring, which keeps tension on our lock bar. Okay, that constant tension is, as you can see, what locks that blade in, and then of course when you depress it, it lifts it up, lets it roll back in, and do. Got some pins here. Now this says it can be temporary or permanent. I don't see, I'll know when I open it up, but I don't really see any like wood glue or something. Other than that, everything's included. Here, let's read the front. All parts shaped with safe round edges. That's cool. Ready to assemble without tools. Press fit or permanently assembly options. Complete detailed instructions included, and teaches mechanical and woodworking skills. So, pretty cool. When I first got this, and this was a Christmas gift, which I thought was really, really nice. The first thing I thought of, get that mat out of the way, peeking in the corner of my shot. The first thing I thought of was a very specific YouTuber, because he's someone who I enjoy watching, and he does a lot of stuff with his family, and particularly his one son. But that would be Artisan Tony. Artisan Tony and his son Alex. It's one of the coolest channels to watch father-son bonding and just life. And I mean, the guy is having a moving photo album documented for him and his son to watch. I mean, Alex grew up 40 years old. He can reference back to these videos. Of course, I don't know where YouTube's going to be when he's 40, but you know, you can download them. I don't know if Tony saves them or anything. But anyway, that's the first person that popped in my mind. Totally an awesome thing for him and Alex to do. Alex, a pretty darn smart kid. So, I mean, I don't know if this will be exciting for him. It would still be fun to do, but it's not like he'll learn anything, because the kid's like a straight A student, which is awesome. So, Alex, if you're watching this, very cool. Anyway, it's enough blabbering about it. Because this is a gift, I don't know what it costs, but whoa, there it is right there. Don't you like editing? So if you want to buy one, that's usually what they go for. All right, so let's break into this bad boy and see what we got going on. Okay, oh, yeah, it's just cardboard. Okay, got our goodies here. What's this say? Oh, designed by Nathan Klecker. That was probably just stuck somewhere on here. But anyway, all right, so first let's do a parts inventory. Handle scale, some sandpaper. Very cool, fine grit. Our locking bar. Little Ziploc bag full of our smaller goodies. And our CRKT stamp blade. Very nice. Okay, Nathan's Knife Kit, a working softwood model of lockback folding pocket knife. Instructions. A project for adult mentors and children age 7 and older. Please read before assembly. Okay. Oh, this is an awesome little thing. Gives you a picture tutorial. So I'm going to do what most guys do, and I'm not even going to read the words. Words? What are they? I'm just going to go by the pictures. I've been doing that my whole life, and if I get stuck somewhere, then I reference the words. And that is totally not the right way to do it, but that's just how I do it, being a typical guy. So let's read, see if there's anything important to know before I get into this. I'll read some words. Oh, about Nathan's kit. There's no folding there. Where did I get that word? This model kit of a folding knife was the idea of 7-year-old Nathan Klicker, son of design engineer and award-winning knife and tool designer Glenn Klicker. It makes a fun and educational craft project for a parent, grandparent, or mentor, and children 7 years of age or older. This kit is patterned after blah, 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 blah. Just looking for, all right, here we go. Press fit. Just follow the assembly instructions inside and you can press fit the parts together in a few minutes. Then you can take it apart and show how the internal mechanisms work. Permanent assembly. You can use small drops of white wood glue on the dowel pins if you wanted a permanent assembled knife model. Okay, that's what I would most likely do, but for now I don't have any wood glue. Shame on me for not being prepared. Finishing. To protect the kit's soft wood, you may want to stain or varnish the knife before assembly. That's a good idea. Depending on your skill and interest, you might also decorate the knife by wood burning or carving, or by sealing, fine sanding, and then painting it in your personal creative way. For finishing ideas and tips, for finishing ideas and tips, and to post photos of your finished kit, see Glenn Klecker's website, kleckerknives.com. I will definitely do that, and I suggest you guys do it too, so you can see how some of these people put these together. And I really have not seen it yet, but I would have the assumption that some people really got elaborate with it. All right, some good safety things, you know, especially working with kids, wear eye protection. I mean, it's just me. If I poke my eye out trying to put a wood knife together, then maybe I don't deserve my eye. But if you are doing this with kids and stuff, please do go over safety. It's great to instill that into children very early on, you know, even if it seems like overkill. Learn the proper way to use hand tools if you're doing that, blah, blah, blah. All right, so this is pretty darn straightforward. Let's get into this. Get my pictures out. Sandpaper, I guess when we're all done, if there's any rough edges, we'll sand it down. Okay, so press in pins first. So let's get our bottom scale here. I'm going to press in our pins. Bum, 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 bum. You excited? Oh my God, I'm so excited. There we go. All right, so 2 pins on the back, our pivot pin for our locking bar, and our actual just pivot pin. So that would be these 4. There's one longer one. You can see these 4 are the same. This is going to be for our lock bar. All right, so just press fit. Now these, just going to push them right in here. Ooh, nice snug fit. The sanding, by the way, will also be for the pins to line everything up properly. But I'm not going to do that right away because I may take this apart and actually make the finished product like it suggests for the future. So we'll see about that. Oh, we got a stubborn pin here. Let me try this the other way. That's the old knuckle hammer. See, you don't need any tools. All right, last one here. Perfect. Oh my God, I'm not even in frame. Be nice if I can show you what I'm doing, right? It'd be funny if I did the whole knife like over here, just out of frame, and you're just looking at the table. No, I suppose that wouldn't be very funny at all. So, next step. Press in spring. Okay. So, in pressing in the spring, we take our little back spacer here, all right, and we press it into this angled cut. Which way is that angled? There we go. It's only going to go in one way. And just push it in until you get a flush mounted on the back there, like so. Pretty simple so far, right? Okay, now we're going to put this over these back two springs. Now you will notice that there is a right and wrong way to do this. You want the skinnier, pointier part towards the back. Okay, just like that. I'll be honest with you, I'm having some fun. It's true. I haven't done like a project like this in a long time. It's pretty cool. So push that all the way down. It is a nice snug fit too. It's not gonna be all loose and floppy. Even without the glue, this will be very functional when I'm done. All right, so you see how that goes up? By the way, this piece is made of bamboo. Okay, that's why it can flex a little bit more. All right, just take note of that. But you see how that's kind of in the way, so we're gonna have to push that down, create some pressure, blah, blah, blah. We'll get into that. I'm jumping the gun. All right, step number 4, put on locking bar. Okay, so again, only one way you can put this on. You want the little, looks like a little hatchet head to be up top. Okay, this is gonna go right into the back part of our blade, just like so. That's what locks it. All right, so just put that through the middle pin here. Very cool. Step number 5, put on the blade. Okay. Oh, it's getting tricky. All right, so you want to put the blade on, but obviously this is in the way, right? So let's get it started on the pin. Now, this is where we're going to put the pressure down on the lock, okay? Just enough to lift that so we can get our blade on the knife, okay? So this is our fully, locked position here. Pretty cool. Let me take that off and do that again because it was that much fun, just in case you missed it. Get it started on the pin, push that down. You can see how the lock bar is pushing against the bamboo. It's flexing. Now don't overextend that because it could snap out. And then there we go. Pretty neat. I feel like a little kid. Okay. Now, it's suggesting that you close the blade. So, close the blade. This is all part of putting on the blade step, by the way. I just did it wrong. All right, now press on frame. Again, this is only going to go on one way. And you can tell because the inside is completely flat, whereas the top part of these scales, they're beveled around the edges so that it's not going to be rough on kids' hands when they're holding it. So I don't think you'll mess that up, but anyway, just line up all the pins. It's pretty straightforward. Let's find that first pivot pin. I say it's straightforward and I'm struggling. I really am having a good time doing this. This is fun. All right, that first pin is kind of there. There's the second one. All right. And the back two. Probably the hardest part so far. Everything has to be lined up just right. Just shimmy a little bit. Now this pin right here is gonna be a little hard time going in the hole on top. See how it's pushing out the bottom? So I'm just gonna leave this completely flat and push down on the table to kind of, there you go, pop it in. Let's do that with the other pins. Oh, this one popped out, that's okay, we'll push that back in as well against our flat surface. Actually, it doesn't seem like it's locking up or lining up quite right, so I don't want to force anything. So I'm going to shimmy this back apart. It's kind of a snug fit on this, so don't force anything. If you have very impatient kids, they may want to just get it done, or they're too excited about it, whatever, and they kind of break things, and that would definitely be a bummer. So you don't want that to happen. Actually, for this assembly, I'm gonna leave that blade open for now. I think that might be easier. All right, so let's see where we're going wrong here with this middle pin. Aha, wasn't quite lined up. So I'm gonna push this all the way through on the one side so I could see it a little bit better. And I could get something in there and wedge it, but again, this is supposed to be done with no tools. This hole just wasn't quite, drilled out enough. It's a little bit of wood. It's probably on the inside too that I don't see, but I'm gonna attempt this again. It looks like it's lined up, so I'm just gonna push against the table. Just a little bit. There we go. All right. It takes a little finesse, that's all. Again, this is a part where you take it out of your kid's hand because they'll just snap the whole thing in half trying to force it. All right, pivot pin is a little bit pushed out on one side, so no problem. Push against your flat surface. The whole knife, flip it over, do the same thing on the other side. And that's it. I have to say though, that was still pretty fun. That was awesome. So now that the frame's on, it's just saying to close knife, show function, and then gluing is optional, and then finishing. So here's our lock back. Yeah, it's a nice grip. Sandpaper wasn't completely necessary. I suppose if your pins aren't fitting properly, you can use the sandpaper just around the edges just to kind of get them started if they're kind of rough cut on yours. But that was pretty cool. So here's our knife. It says use the nail nick, you know, show them, you know, get used to that with opening some different knives. It's hard to see that nail nick there. Here we go. And that's what it's for, your fingernail to get the blade started. Nice lockup on that. Little up and down blade play. But I don't think anyone's going to care about that much. Pretty beefy, very cool, very lightweight. You know, almost feels like balsa wood, but I know it's not. Actually, let's see. I think it's on the packaging what it is, what kind of wood. Let's see. Oh, here's the specs. Blade length is 3 1/4 inches or 83 millimeters. Handle length is 4.625 inches or 117 millimeters. Open or overall length is 8 inches on the button. 203 millimeters or weight 1.8 ounces, 51 grams. Where the heck? I know that it said somewhere. Oh, here we go. The kit includes all parts needed, precision cut and shaped from soft wood and hardwood and bamboo. So maybe the blades are hardwood. I don't think you're using it for anything. But yeah, the whole thing's super light. What did I say it was? 1.8 ounces. That's crazy. Very functional. Okay, to press your lock back, which pivots, as you saw from the pieces. Pivots on this right here, like a little seesaw. Yay, woo, yay, woo. Hey, come on, it's my turn. Yay. And it lifts the lock bar. I should have maybe showed, well, I showed you the pieces. You get it by now. And that lifts the lock up, and then you can close the blade. Of course, when it opens, it's nice. Nice. So I like it. I think that's pretty cool. And although it was a short, simple project, I greatly appreciate the gift, and I think it's awesome. And I will probably eventually finish this. And if I do finish it, I will make videos on it. And you know, I just want to thank the person who sent this. It was a pretty cool gift. It doesn't have to be expensive. It doesn't have to be some elaborate thing. This gives me just as much joy as you know, an expensive knife or something like that. You know, it's pretty cool. Now I just need to pump out some kids so I can make one with them. But can't do that alone, can you? Anyway, thanks for watching. If you guys get these kits, please, if you're not shy, you know, and you have a YouTube channel and you make videos and stuff, film the experience with your kid. You know, film you doing this with your son or your daughter or whoever it is. Maybe it's the neighbor's kid, you know. Don't just, hey kid, come on over here, you want to do something? You know, you get thrown in jail. But obviously, if you have a rapport with any kind of a child who you may want to teach this stuff to, it's obviously completely safe. You know, you're not going to cut yourself. Keep in mind, you know, it's not a sharp point, but it's a point. You don't want to make the wooden knife and then have them run around laughing. You know, if they fall on it, you know, it could hurt them, could poke an eye out. But generally speaking, it's safe compared to a metal knife. So yeah, very, very cool. I really, really like it. I love the concept 100 times more than the actual product, but everything said and done, it's a cool little display piece, and it would go awesome in your display cabinet. And it's definitely a conversation piece. Someone comes over and they look at your stuff and you go, oh wow, that's cool. Is that made out of wood? You go, yeah, and you tell the story. Oh man, you know, me and little Jimmy or whatever, you know, we had a great time putting that together on a picnic table out in the park on a summer's day. It could be a really fun, enjoyable experience that you have, you know, with your kids. So that's it. Very cool product. Very happy with it. So anyway, that's all. Thanks for watching, guys. I appreciate it as always, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your day. Take care.